How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel for a brand new Star Wars game news roundup video. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Now, those of you who are new here, what we do is every 2 weeks or so we round up the latest in Star Wars gaming news in one big video. Everything from Battlefront 2 to Jedi Fallen Order to Squadrons, Lego Star Wars, even keeping tabs on EA Star Wars and Lucasfilm games. You name it, we cover it. So if you do want to be kept up to date on all things Star Wars games, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell next to it. So what have we got for today? Well, we have some confirmations for a single player Star Wars shooter game, and at face value, it's a little bit frustrating, but there is actually a lot more to it that could prove to be very exciting for future prospects of Star Wars games in 2021. We also have Star Wars Squadrons live service officially coming to an end, even though it was never supposed to have live service, but it seems it's actually done this time. We've also got some hints at Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga's release date, as there has been a lot of doubt as to whether or not it's actually coming when it's supposed to, because the game has been completely silent since announcing its first delay. And there is also something that suggests it is getting a delay, so it's a bit all over the place. And of course, we'll have a few other things that we'll briefly touch on in this video as well, so we have plenty to get through today. So jumping straight into it, and let's get the Star Wars Squadrons news out of the way. So Star Wars Squadrons, as most of us know, was actually never supposed to get any post-launch content at all. It was always intended to be a complete package upon release with no post-launch content, no microtransactions, etc. Just a complete small-scale Star Wars experience, and that's exactly what it was. Well, of course, as we know, Squadrons did end up getting more support than intended after its release because the game sold better than EA were expecting. The creative director for Star Wars Squadrons did actually hint to those of us that got to play the game well before it came out. When asked about post-launch content, he did say never say never. So it was clearly something that was always a possibility, and of course, now we know that it did end up happening. Well, it appears after 4 months, that's all coming to an end. Not too long ago, a statement was made saying we can actually expect Squadron's final update to be on May the 4th, but until then, there will be cosmetic drops and balancing. It says briefly in this post on the Squadron's patch notes, the last cosmetic drop is planned for May the 4th, though new operation rewards will continue after that, and they close it out by saying, as always, thank you so much for all the support you've given us. It's been wonderful to bring these classic Starfighter experiences to a new era of gaming. As we begin to work on our next projects, we'll still keep an eye on what you're up to. So, Motive will be moving on from Squadrons. This does suck for the niche group of people that were just loving the live service, but I know most of you won't really care that much about this, so that'll do for the Squadrons news in this video. But now, let's get into a little bit more of the exciting stuff. Now, I was going to dedicate a full video on this, but I decided to save it for this video as it's exciting, but at the same time, it's really underwhelming. But it's not all doom and gloom, I assure you, and we'll get into why that is. Now, there has been a lot of rumors floating around amongst all these Reddit posts claiming that a new shooter Star Wars game will be coming in 2021. Well, a new Star Wars shooter was officially announced by Aspyr Media this week to be coming this year, and that is Republic Commando. But the catch is, a new Star Wars game is out there will know this is not a new game. This is a remaster of the classic Republic Commando game from LucasArts back in 2005. Now, don't get me twisted, this is cool. It will be coming to PlayStation and Switch this year, so that's something to look forward to, as this is a great game. But there is a big silver lining to all of this. If we go by the rumors of this shooter-style Star Wars game coming in 2021, and keep in mind, a lot of these rumors have come from reliable and proven sources and been backed by those people, Republic Commando does not look like it's going to be that rumored shooter. So there is still potentially another new shooter to be released this year. And we'll get into why that is now. So we'll of course have to go back and look at these Reddit posts and rumors regarding this new shooter for 2021. So this article pretty much sums up the leak perfectly and why it has nothing to do with this Republic Commando remaster. It says, the current rumor suggests that EA is developing a small-scale Star Wars shooter akin to something like 2020 Squadrons. It doesn't sound like a new Battlefront as it's being developed on Unreal Engine 4 as opposed to DICE's Frostbite. The game has also reportedly been in development for 2 years, but it's unknown if it's a first or third person shooter. According to the rumor, the shooter will release at the end of 2021 on all major platforms except Nintendo Switch. So this clearly has nothing to do with this Republic Commando remaster, which is confirmed to be coming this year. I think we can all agree that even though this new shooter is just a rumor, it is good to know that a remaster of a 16-year-old game isn't the game that this rumor is suggesting, which a lot of people thought it was, myself included. I just assumed this rumored shooter would end up being the remaster of an old game, but that is clearly not the case. As cool as Republic Commando is, we want new games, not remasters. Don't get me wrong, remasters have their place, absolutely, but given how bare bones current Star Wars games are to play right now, new games is what we're all after. Remasters should be like the sprinkling on top, if you know what I mean. So provided this rumor is true, and it has been heavily backed by a lot of people outside and within the gaming industry, we still could be in for some awesome reveals and a new game coming this year. But even if we don't, I guess we still have this Republic Commando remaster confirmed to hold us over for at least a little while, and we should have a lot of game announcements at some point this year anyway. But of course, take all of this with a grain of salt. I have to say that, even though it's a complete given or people cry. But I think it is fair to say we need Star Wars games on console and PC. I think that is clear. We are getting another new Star Wars game this year called Star Wars Hunters, but that's on mobile and Switch. So it seems like Lucasfilm games especially are really targeting the platforms that most gamers are just not using right now. But I expect all that to change really soon. So finally, let's touch on some LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga news. Now, we haven't spoke about this game on the channel in a long time, basically because it's just been complete radio silence. Nothing's been going on. Nobody really knows what the hell is going on with this game. Is it getting delayed again? Is it on track? Nobody knows because TT Games and the developers are staying completely silent. Well, LEGO themselves did actually reassure us of the game's release, which has been heavily speculated on lately. Somebody reached out to LEGO in a DM and asked when the game was coming out, and LEGO actually responded surprisingly. They went on to reaffirm that yes, the game is still scheduled to be released in spring this year, which means that we will definitely be hearing something for this game very soon, as the amount of silence this game has gone through, it's a little bit worrying, to be honest. Like, I get you need to keep things on the down low heading into the release of a new game, but this game has been unusually silent throughout its development. But for those of you who are interested, I think you can still look forward to this game coming in spring and can curb your worries about the game getting delayed again. At least for now, because a business analyst by the name of Robert Serrano did actually tweet out saying the game was going to be getting delayed from spring to summer 2021. And it also says at the bottom of his tweet that there will be an official statement coming by April, May 2021. So, I mean, this dude's been right about stuff in the past. He's also been wrong. I think we just need to take it from LEGO themselves at this point though. My money's on it still being released in spring. So guys, that just about wraps up this Star Wars game news roundup video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button below to help get this video out there. And of course, if you want to be kept up to date on all things Star Wars games, then be sure to hit that subscribe button with post notifications on. We're going to be heading into what is going to be a very interesting and defining few months for Star Wars games, and you're definitely going to want to be along for that ride. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you check us out over on Twitch, where we're pretty close to becoming a partner over there, which means streams over there will pretty much be exclusive to Twitch. There won't be as many on YouTube anymore, so be sure to head over there, chuck a follow, show us some love. But that is going to do it for me today. Let me know down in those comments what Star Wars game you want to be announced this year, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all for watching, and have a good one.